Good morning, my name is Jacob Folger. I'm an artist sculptor, and today we're going to be making a wall art plaque in polymer clay. This is Sculpey 3 brand that I'm using, and I'm working in black because I like the way the finishes look on it that I do. And I'm just been rolling this out. Now I did knead the clay really good and condition it, mixing up the ingredients on the inside before starting. And I just rolled out a bit of clay to make a slab, which is about, as you can see, is about a ½ inch thick there. Now I'm working on a cutting board actually that's wrapped in packing tape because the clay won't stick to it very well. But it'll still stay on the board because I have to work at an angle so you can see it okay. Now once I get it to about the size I need to trim it, and I'm going to take a knife to do that and just cut around the edges to get it nice and smooth on the edges. Okay, I think I want it to be kind of an oval shape. Okay, so now that I've got it to a basic oval shape, I'm going to create some ground for the scene to sit on. So I just want to maybe, it's kind of like drawing a picture. I have not made this before. I'm just kind of going to picture in my mind what I want and create as I go. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of clay, a noodle of clay. And what I'm thinking is flatten that out a little bit. And I'd like kind of a little bit of a hill over here and have it come down like that. And then I'll add clay to the bottom to complete the ground. So I'll just roll a noodle of clay. I'm just blending it in. Just kind of building that little hill. Blending it into the plaque, to the base. And then and then where it joins the base here up here also on top. So one idea for you is to draw a sketch of what you want to do, and then just work from that. Because most people do in some fashion or another, and you can basically just bring your doodles to life in Sculptor. And I want to start talking about, how does one go about creating original artwork, because it's important to be able to do that. And some people they can just do that, and some people have to work at it. But that's what an artist is. As an artist is somebody that creates images, whether it be in sculpture or otherwise, from their own creativity. This takes a good bit of time to get to get it smooth and blended in. Okay, I've got the ground pretty well in there. Still gonna be smoothing it a little bit more. And now I think I want a tree. I love trees. Most people know that I do. I not only like doing art photography with them, but I also like to sculpt them. So, and I'm kind of picturing a small tree, something smaller. So I'm just rolling the trunk of the tree. So I'm rolling a noodle of clay like this. So I roll it like that, and then roll it to a point. I'm going to lay it on here just to see how I like that, and snip it off. And that gives me a starting point. Now I'll roll another little section. To go here. This sculpting technique that you often see me doing here, or most often on this on my channel, is called simple shapes, and it's forming simple shapes out of clay to form figures and structures and trees and what have you. Now I can use a sculpting tool to blend it. And see, it's really just sculpting a picture, basically, is what I'm doing. And then I'll just start adding little branches to that. You can just move them around to be, the branches, to move them around any way you like. What I'd like you to do is, while you're watching this, think about some little scenes you could do with your own ideas and originality. I think this branch here, right here, needs to be built up a little bit near where it joins to the main part of the tree. Now I'm going to probably not put too much more on it. I want it to be very simple. Just a little bit more on there. Now I'm going to do a little bit on the base here. Okay, now I'm going to add some texture to the tree. I'm just using the back of this tool here. to just put little markings in the tree. I want to be gentle with it because I think this is going to be a gentle piece. It's just going to be a very kind of soft, relaxing piece. And now I'm thinking a nice little round moon. I like doing pieces that are from, night pieces. I just like it. So I'm going to roll a ball. And I think I want to cut that a little bit. I'm going to just use a butter knife. Let me get it a little bit smoother though. It's not really smooth. That's the benefit of rolling balls as before you actually start working on sculpting a piece, is getting the ball nice and smooth. And also, I should tell you that if you're applying more pressure between your hands, the ball will be less round. So if you just do a nice, gentle pressure, the ball will become very round. Now it does kind of push it out of shape a little bit when you cut it. But you can just shape it, put it back into shape by rolling it in your hands like this and applying gentle pressure. So I want to decide where I'm going to put it so that it'll be aesthetically pleasing. And that looks pretty good right there. So then I'm going to pick that up and I'm going to score where it's going to join the backing and score the moon itself. And then I'm just going to kind of twist it back and forth like that while I lay it in. See how that looks to me. That's a pretty piece right there, I think. Now we'll put a finish on. We'll get ready to put a finish on it, but first we have to smooth it and put any texture in that we like to do. So we'll come back. I just took a long look at it and realized that it would be really nice if it was just mostly smooth except for the texture on the tree. So I'm going to use a paintbrush and I'm going to use water. And when I get a little water on the brush, I'm going to dab off and get the brush mostly dry. Like that. You can dab it on paper towel or the table or whatever you're working on. And then just take your time and go around and get it nice and smooth. And when you're using your brush has a hard end at the end here, meaning that if you stab it like that, it will put markings in what you're doing. So when you go to brush it, you want to drag it in like that. And just take your time and go around and smooth it really good. Try not to put tons of water on it. You don't need it. You actually want it just to be damp, like this brush is here. I'm even going to do the tree a little bit too, even though we textured it. I want the texture on the tree to be very soft. So I'm going to brush it too. So when you get it nice and smooth in the way you want, the one thing I would check on also is where it joins the board. If you want to take a knife or not a knife but maybe a sculpting tool like this and go around and just cut that edge where it joins the board and make sure it's nice and smooth there. Let's go around the whole outside. Just go around the outside like that. Just make sure that's a nice clean edge there. And then while I was smoothing it, I was thinking, you know, I really like the simplicity of this piece, and you know, that's something to take into consideration, what you're looking for when you're making a piece. It's part of the creative process. So I think what I want to do is an aged type bronze finish that you see me frequently do on the moon, the tree, and the ground, and then leave the rest black. But I do want to do a subdued finish. So using a cap full of my antique bronze made by Pearl X Pigments. Here's what the bottle looks like. Right there. So made by Pearl X Pigments. This is antique bronze. I'm going to apply this mostly with my finger. So I dip my finger in the bronze. And I know many of you have seen me do this before, but there's always new people watching, so we want to cover it for everyone. And I swirl it on my finger with my thumb just to kind of subdue it a little bit. And then put it on the tree. Put it on the moon. Pick this up a little bit so I can see it a little bit better. And then get a little bit more and put it on the ground. And it's just a nice quiet piece. That's kind of the atmosphere it gives you, right? Just a nice mellow, relaxed piece. Okay, I'm going to show you how to put a hanger on the back of it. And we're going to be using this is 20 gauge galvanized steel wire. What I'll do is I'll just cut a length of that off. And then You can take like some kind of round tool like this and bend it around it so it's nice and round like that. And then what you can do is take a pair of pliers and bend it like that. So it's like that. And then bend these little parts that come out like that. So it's like that. Now, remember I said I use packing tape on my cutting board? The reason why I do that is so it doesn't really stick very well to it, so it kind of comes right off. And you can take your wire. First you want to measure across to see what the center point is. So it's 3 inches. It's right here. And then just sink it into the clay and turn it up like that. And then heel up where it went in with your finger. Makes a nice little wire hanger. And then you want to bake it. And if you look in the video description down below the video, you're going to find a couple things. You'll find a tool and supply list, and you'll find baking instructions. And there'll also be 2 videos on smoothing polymer clay in there as well, so that if you wanted to learn more about that, you could, if you wanted to. And that's basically how we do this. Make a wall art plaque. And if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel. I have nearly 700 videos along these lines. And please give the video a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. And please share the video with your friends. And leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought of this project. And thank you so much for watching. Learn how to be creative and create your own original art. Have fun in your life and have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching.